Today's Halloween. Beautiful day, 75 degrees. We've got some nice color coming in on the trees. It's been a really nice fall. It's my favorite time of year. We're gonna make soup today. Before we get into the video, I wanted to update everybody who's been asking about how we fared through Hurricane Helene that blew through here about a month ago. We had no major damage, a lot of wind, a lot of rain, just some debris on the ground and a whole lot of downed trees all over the county. Power was out for 4 days. We had 29,000 people out of power, and they had everybody back up and running within 4 days, and we were one of the last ones on the line. So shout out to them. They did a great job. Those linemen are earning their money. Definitely not nearly the catastrophic damage as to the west of us, near towards Asheville. Those guys will be recovering from that storm for years to come, unfortunately. So thoughts and prayers to them. So I've been working on perfecting my chicken soup recipe for a while now, and I think I got it to where I can't get it any better. We're gonna make a huge batch of it today so I can pressure can it for the winter. Okay, so here's what you need. Rotisserie chicken, carrots, celery, onion, butter, pepper, salt, sage, rosemary, red pepper flakes, garlic, and chicken stock. This is just for reference. We are not using that. Okay, homemade rotisserie chicken soup. You can make chicken noodle soup or chicken and rice soup if you want, but today we're gonna make just the chicken soup so we can can it, because you can't can the soup if it already has the noodles and the rice in it, because it expands, gets all mushy. Bad news. 2 secrets to making this soup. 1, you have to make your own chicken stock. Homemade stock is so much better for you. It's more flavorful, it's more nutritious. Takes a little longer, but don't use this stuff. This is just store-bought chicken stock. It's like pale, clear, salt water, liquid stuff. Doesn't have the depth that homemade chicken stock has. Second secret is better than bouillon roasted chicken base. This is magic. Normally, we're gonna cut up all of these vegetables, combine all our spices together with the chicken, with the meat pulled off, put it in a pot and simmer it for at least 2 hours. The longer you let it simmer, the better the broth is, so I always simmer it for 4 hours if I'm cooking it in a pot. Today, I'm not cooking it in a pot because I'm doing 3 chickens worth. The recipe below is for a single chicken. I'm tripling that recipe today because I'm making such a big batch for canning. So that would take me 12 hours because I don't have a big enough pot to do all 3 chickens at once. So to save time, Instant Pot. This is an Instant Pot Pro 7-quart. It does everything. I have a small one that I use to do like potatoes and rice for side dishes, but we got a big one just to do things like this. The only thing I've done in it so far is sous vide cooking, which it does very well. So we're gonna be doing each batch in this, and that takes 30 minutes instead of 4 hours. The secret to making a good stock is to use a rotisserie chicken. I just buy them from the grocery store. If you go towards the end of the day, right before they close, they're usually marked down because they've been under a heat lamp all day. That's perfectly fine. You usually get them half off. They're roasted, and the roasted bones are what makes a good chicken stock. First thing I'm gonna do is cut up these vegetables. So I got my carrots, celery, everything's peeled and washed. I'm gonna cut these up. I'm gonna try and divide these into thirds because I have to make 3 different batches. Got the Instant Pot and the trash bowl. I'm just gonna cut these up into little 1/2-inch bite-sized pieces. Cut the ends off because they're kind of brown and gross. This is organic celery and organic carrots, so you want to use it as fresh as you can. Usually celery I split in half. Now, if you're just making chicken stock to be used in other recipes that's not a soup, like a soup base, then typically you're going to put all of this together and then strain it out through a fine mesh strainer to leave a clear stock liquid. Since I'm making stock and soup at the same time, I don't want to strain out the vegetables and then when I go to make the soup, add more vegetables. That's what I've been doing before. But I found this cool thing I'm gonna try today, and it's called a soup sock. You can get these on Amazon. It's a pack of 10, and they're just mesh bags that you can, well, what I'm gonna do is put the chicken in it and leave the vegetables out of it, and then when we're done, we just pull the chicken carcass out of the stock in the soup sock and throw that away. And we have all of our vegetables still in there, and we don't have to waste them. Use whatever onion you got. I just happen to have a couple of red onions. So I'm just going to dice this up. So now we got to break down all the chickens. Get all the meat off as much as you can. Save that in a separate bowl. And I'm going to do that for all 3 of these. I'm not going to bore you with that, but we'll be back in a sec. Okay, the first chicken is done. This is the carcass, skin, bones, gristle, all the stuff that's not meat. This is all the meat. We're going to use all of that. That's what they look like. So you have an open end. And we are just going to do one of these deals. Tie it in a knot. And that's that. Put that in the pot. 2 bay leaves. Put in about 10 to 15 whole peppercorns. About half a teaspoon of rosemary. Half a teaspoon of thyme. Thyme. And 8 cups of cold water. Make sure this is kind of all down in there. All right, there's our soup stock, or what will become our soup stock. I'll put this in the Instant Pot. Make sure it's on seal. Turn off keep warm. Put it on soup. 30 minutes, high. Start. So we're going to cook it for 30 minutes. It's going to take about 15 minutes for it to come up to temperature. Then it'll cook for 30, and then we're going to let it naturally release the steam pressure. We're not going to vent it. Right, it's been 30 minutes, and then it took another probably 40 minutes for it to naturally release the pressure. So we're going to check it out, see what it looks like. Smells good. Yummy. It's worked pretty good, that little soup sock, because now all the veggies are still in here. Trying to find the bay leaf and get that out of there. We're going to put 3 to 4 cloves of garlic in, which I don't have, so I'm using the squeezy jarlic. Red pepper flakes, about 1/8 of a teaspoon. Some more rosemary. And this is just to taste. Put some sage. Salt. Black pepper. Stir that up. Put a little knob of butter in there. 1 to 2 tablespoons of the Better Than Bouillon roasted chicken goodies. Let all the butter melt. Taste it again. That's perfect. Perfect. Now you just add your chicken meat. Now we gotta try it. That is homemade rotisserie chicken soup. Look at that. So now I'm gonna put all these in my quart mason jars, getting ready to can them. And I'm just gonna store them with the little screw-on lids right now. I'm gonna can it tomorrow. All right, it's the next day. I ended up with 8 quarts, 2 pints, and a little bit extra, so I had that for dinner. Stored these in the fridge overnight with the plastic lids on. I was waiting to see if it would form a little bit of fat on the top that I would scrape off, but it doesn't look like there's much to it. I mean, there's a little bit, but I'm gonna leave that in there for the flavor. We're gonna start canning this stuff up. Now, this is not a how to can soup video. We've already done that video. So I'll leave a link right here. How to can any soup, fully in-depth, good video, one of our more popular ones. If you're just getting started in canning or you wanna learn all the beginner stuff, there's another video, Canning 101, Canning Basics for Beginners. That is, out of the 500 plus videos we've done, probably our second most popular video. Check that out. And I put the soup in here. I left a 1-inch headspace, which is what you need to can. And you got about half to 2/3 solids to the liquid, which is what you want. First, we want to take a wet towel and wipe the rims. Make sure we get any food bits off. As I said, you're going to want to refer to that how to can soup video. It'll tell you, go check out the National Center for Home Food Preservation, which will give you your canning times for your elevation, depending on what you're canning, and all the details. I know that for us here at our elevation, we need to can, you always have to pressure can soup, no matter what. So we're going to pressure can it for 75 minutes, 1,500 feet elevation, I think, so that's 15 pounds of pressure. Got some lids here. These are just wide mouth jars that I had, so I have wide mouth lids. These are regular mouth. Put your rings on, finger tight. This is why I put this in the house. 2 inches. Olive oil. And we're going to line the rim where the lid mates with the canner with a little bit of olive oil, helps it seal. So many of you know we use the All-American 921. It's a super high quality canner and it holds 7 quarts. All right, you line up the arrow with this little notch here. Turn it. And then you use the opposite toggles. Tighten it down, just finger tight, don't have to go crazy. And we're going to turn the burner on and let it come up to temperature until it starts venting. And once it starts venting, we'll wait 10 minutes And then we'll put our weighted gauge on. Like I said, we're using 15 pounds of pressure. So you've got different numbers on here. There's three different. There's 5, 10, and 15 for whatever your elevation is. So we'll be back when this thing starts venting. So it started venting. And put the weight on. And let it come up to 15 pounds. All right, we're at 15 pounds. This is going to start jiggling here. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. We don't want it to fall below 15 or we have to start all over, and that's a pain. So as soon as that starts jiggling, we're going to set our timer for 75 minutes and let it roll. Hour and 15 minutes. Okay, it's been 75 minutes. We're going to shut off the heat and then let this come all the way down to 0 before we take the weight off. It's going to be another 15 minutes. Okay, pressure is down to 0, so now we can remove the weight. And we are going to let that continue to vent for another 10 minutes before we take the lid off. Weight is off, pressure is 0. Now we're going to take the lid off. Open it away from you so you don't get steam burned. Got my little pad thingy here so you don't put a hot jar on a cold countertop. Seven jars, I'm going to let it cool so that they, pop. I want to hear 7 pops. And then we have soup all winter. So that's how you make rotisserie chicken soup and then can it for long-term storage. See you in the next video.